But the Prophet ﷺ, when he was talking about Dajjal, he said one of the most interesting statements ever. He says, Ayyuhan nas, O people, there is never a trial, a test that will test your faith, test yourself, stronger than the test of a Dajjal. Then he says, never did a prophet come, Adam, Nuh, Idris, Zakaria, Jesus, Musa, all of them, except that they gave lectures about Ad-Dajjal to their people. Allahu Akbar. That's how serious Ad-Dajjal is. Then the Prophet says, I am Akhirul Anbiya, I'm the last prophet. And you are the last nation, Ummah, fantastic. So he is, the Prophet says, he is for sure coming in this nation. You may say, well, it might be obvious. No. Allah revealed information in a gradual process. Allah did not share all the details at once. Because if you put the hadith together, you might be confused. To simplify it, Allah shared information. One of the authentic narrations, there was a guy who was acting like Dajjal, by the way, in Medina. For those that may have heard this hadith before. So with time progressing, it made clear that he's not really a Dajjal and Allah knows best. So let's proceed. The Prophet ﷺ, when he was talking, one of the Sahaba said, man, when the Prophet talks about Dajjal, we get so scared. He says, خفض ورفع, like, and Dajjal goes. So when the Prophet speaks, he's the best speaker, ﷺ. They got so nervous. You know what they said? ظَنَنَّاهُ فِي طَائِفَةِ النَّخْلِ. Like we felt Dajjal about to walk in. That's how good of a speaker he was, ﷺ. He made them live the moment. So when they were concerned and they went to the Prophet, he saw in their faces what? Fear. He says, مَا شَأْنُكُمْ? Why you're concerned? Why you're scared? He said, Ya Rasulullah, you spoke about Dajjal and you spoke quietly, you spoke loud until we felt he's going to walk in any moment now. Then the Prophet ﷺ says, غَيْرُ الدَّجَّالِ أَخْوَفُنِي عَلَيْكُمْ. Is there anything else I fear over you more than Dajjal? Another meaning is there are other things I fear over you more than Ad-Dajjal. Look what he says to make them feel comfortable. Ready? If Dajjal comes out while I'm alive, فَأَنَا حَجِيجُكُمْ دُونَكُمْ. I will protect you from Ad-Dajjal. Allah Akbar, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. وَإِنْ يَخْرُجْ. But if he comes out when I am no longer on earth, alive, then everyone is responsible of their own self. وَاللَّهُ خَلِيفَتِي عَلَى كُلِّ مُسْلِمٍ. And Allah is my Khalifa over every Muslim on my behalf. So brothers and sisters, because we are our own responsibility towards the Dajjal, because the Prophet ﷺ has passed away, I'm going to be sharing with you so many details, and as I promised early in the talk, and inshallah we'll continue to do that, every hadith specifically with the unseen are all authentic narrations, inshallah. So because we are responsible, are you guys ready inshallah for the details? Bi-idhnillah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because the Prophet ﷺ used to make dua. وَلَا تَجْعَلْ مُصِيبَتَنَا. What does that mean? Translate that for me. The Prophet used to always make this dua very frequently. Oh Allah, do not make my calamity in my religion. Because the biggest calamity is not the health, is not in the job, is not in the looks, is not in the freedom, oppression, justice, this or that. The absolute worst thing to fail in is your faith. So may Allah not make our calamity in our faith. Say Ameen. Because Dajjal is the biggest calamity to our faith. The Prophet ﷺ, look what he says. He says, I know about Ad-Dajjal more than any prophet has ever come up with. So you put Adam to Isa. All their information will not come close to the information Allah revealed to who? To Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. Not just that, ready for this? For how serious Ad-Dajjal is, and we're all responsible over our own self, the Prophet says, I know about Ad-Dajjal more than Ad-Dajjal knows about himself. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So let's go detail, bit by bit. Bismillah. What's his name? The Prophet says his name is Al-Masih. Al-Masih comes, one of the meanings, Mamsuh al-Ain. So his eye is what? One of them is wiped. And the other eye is also defective. Not just one is defective, both are defective. Ad-Dajjal mamsuh al-ayn. One eye, عِنَبَةٌ طَافِيَةٌ. So the eyeball is so out, you can see the eyeball from the side. So if you look at Dajjal from the side, you can see his actual eye popping out like a grape. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And his other eye is also what? Mamsuha, white. Then what's his other part of the name? Ad-Dajjal. Ad-Dajjal is the liar. Ad-Dajjal is the two-faced. Ad-Dajjal, the one who lies so much that he's such a confusing human being to the people. He's so good at lying. So what is he? Is he a human being? Yes, he is. He is actually a human being. He is male. And he is short. Then he will have a large body. So short, but massive. Big forehead. All from authentic narration. I want to say all the hadith. He is of red complexion. He has thick, curly hair. Look how detailed Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. All this, so you don't fall for it. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He is bow-legged. What does that mean? If he stands straight, his knees don't touch. Like you guys can touch your knees if you stand, right? We'll try it now. But even when he stands, his legs are bow-legged. There are people like that. Subhanallah, right? I even have actually a colleague at work that is like that. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us, Ya Rab. So these things doesn't make someone bad. Oh, he's male. All men are bad. Relax. Okay? He's barren. What does barren mean? لَيْسَ لَهُ. He cannot have children. Alhamdulillah. Right? And there's written on his forehead, kafir. On his forehead, kafir. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, say sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he says, يَقْرَأْهُ كُلُّ مُؤْمِنٍ. Only the believers are able to read it. Be like, what if someone, my grandma, grandfather, someone cannot read? Cannot write, they're not like literate. The Prophet says, كَاتِب وَغَيْرِ كَاتِب. Those who can read and those who cannot read will be able to read kafir on his forehead. Why? Because of their what? So what should you and I focus on mostly? On increasing our iman. May Allah strengthen our iman. Say Ameen. So then, with all this, what does he go and he claim? He claims to be God. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, look to what he says. He says, أَنَا رَبُّكُمْ وَلَا تَرَوْنَ رَبَّكُمْ حَتَّى تَمُوتُوا. Remember, the Prophet is telling the Sahaba, remember, he says he's God, but remember, you will not see God until you die. Then the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam tells us, where will he come from? Now, the Prophet, that's the hadith I shared with you. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he says, إِنَّهُ خَارِجْ خَلَّةٌ بَيْنَ الشَّامِ وَالْعِرَاقِ. Somewhere between Sham, which is known as Syria, or the area of Palestine, Urdun, Lebanon, and Iraq. Now, there's two other ahadiths. What's the ahadith? One hadith says he comes from Khurasan. What's Khurasan? Where is like Uzbekistan area and so on. And the Prophet even explains the faces of the people that follow him in his first stop, Wallahu A'lam. Khurasan, he goes in first and he explains the description of the faces which matches the faces of the people in Khurasan. They are our brothers, many of them of course, but some fall for a Dajjal and they follow him. After Khurasan, where does he go before he becomes khalas, public? Sham and Iraq, he becomes known to everybody, he's out. Fair enough, but so far he's collecting soldiers. Goes to Khurasan, number 2, ready? The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, يَتْبَعُ الدَّجَّالِ مِنْ يَهُودِ أَصْبَهَانِ سَبْعُونَ أَلْفًا. He goes to Asbahan or Asfahan. This city exists till this day. Where is it? This is clear. It's in Iran. And Asfahan or Asbahan, both ways of pronunciation, it has today the largest Jewish community outside Palestine. So the second largest Jewish community in the Middle East is where? Asfahan. That's their resources. It's a small number, not too big. I came across about 8,500, basically less than 10,000. How many will follow? How many will follow? 70,000. Then the Prophet says, عَلَيْهِمُ الطَّيَالِسَ. They'll be wearing shawls. And the shawls, the image is what? What the Yahud wear in their religious practices, and the way, look how we know kufiya and whatever, and so on, that people wear sometimes, or shimagh. They have their shawl that represents their faith. فَعَاثَ يَمِينًا وَشِمَالًا. He goes all over. The Prophet ﷺ says, if you see him, now he's going to pass across earth. If you see him, what do? And I'll come across this again. Read the beginning verses of Surah Al-Kahf. Fawatiha, Surah Al-Kahf. So he says, Ya ibad Allah fathbutu. So he says, believers, servants of Allah, hold tight when you see him and read these verses. Yalla, bismillah. Wallahi, some of us, you might be in a problem. And then once you go in front of a judge or something, or a teacher, you want to express the oppression you received, you struggle. Then once everything goes away, you're like, why didn't you speak up? this happened to me recently, subhanAllah, one state, I got an issue with another person, and he cannot talk. So I said, Akhi, your turn, speak. Well, and he's miskin, he's madloom, he's oppressed. After that person left, and I took him, I said, what happened? He's like, what happened was 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you had the chance to speak in front of them, subhanAllah. Now you look like you were defeated. If this happens in front of someone like human beings like us, imagine in front of Dajjal. So the Prophet says, Uthbutu, be steadfast. Then the Prophet ﷺ says how long he will stay. One of you asked me in the break, how long? Here's the answer. Ready, inshallah? He says he will stay for 40 days. 40 yawma. The first day will be equal to a year. And the second day will be equal to a month. The third day will be equal to a week. And the rest of the days are regular days. So now what's in the mind of the Sahaba? One day is like a year. One day is like a month. One day is like a week. One day is like the rest of the days. What's in their mind? Salah. Allahu Akbar. This is the greatest generation ever. This is how, wallahi, this is how we should view these events. The way they viewed it. What happens next? Okay, good. Then what? Khalas, I'm going to wait, inshallah. No. They asked, what should we do for our own self? Allahu Akbar. From my end, what do I do? Okay, I read Al-Kahf. Do I pray on that day that is 1 year? Do I pray just 5 salah? Does that make sense, the question? One day takes not 24 hours, takes a whole year. So the Prophet says, no, does not enough to pray 5 daily prayers. اقدروا له قدره. Estimate how many salah in 300 years, for example, or 300 days. In 300 days, how many salah? 1500. So in that year, pray as many salah as in 1 year. Allahu Akbar. So you estimate. So then the Sahaba, they asked, O Prophet of Allah, how fast does he travel? How, does he go so quickly, so slow? He says, he goes as fast as a cloud driven by wind. He's so fast all across earth. But the believers maintain their salah. Now the question is, how was your salah? How was Fajr today? But yesterday, how are we doing? Good, inshallah? Say inshallah. Can we do that, inshallah? Can we work on our salah? Inshallah, ahsant, fantastic. Right? Just yesterday, I was going through a session with one of the children, and I told them, listen, Jannah has a gate. And the gate of Jannah needs a key. That's authentic narration. So the child's like, there's a key? Yes. I said, do you know what that key is? Then I asked him a question. You see the lock? There was a lock. Do you think any key opens this lock? No. The key that was made for that lock is the only key that unlocks that door. Fantastic. Similarly, in paradise, there's only one kind of key that opens it. And what key is that? Salah. So you're so nice. Will it open? I have the so nice key. I have the so generous key. Will it open? I know I'm being honest. How about I'm a very family friendly key? Wallahi, I'm never the arrogant key. I am the freedom fighter key. I'm the lifter of oppression key. I'm the justice establishment key. I am the grateful key. No key will open it except the key of Salah. And do you know that Salah has a key to it? Subhanallah. Now that child did not get that part. There's a gate, there's a key, Salah. Okay, I got it. But there's a key to Salah. Like, I never saw you, Baba, holding the key. Right? But there's a key to Salah. And that key is wudu. So how was your wudu? Wallahi, honestly, brother, I'm not really sure. Subhanallah. That's why I make wudu usually at home, because I don't want to do it in the masjid, because people are like, Habibi, stop wiping from under the socks. Right? Yeah, but I heard that you can wipe over the socks if it was leather, and I go, subhanallah. You have to master wudu. You have to master salah. Is it acceptable? May Allah forgive us, say ameen. And forgive me, because this is a very critical point in the session about salah. Can you imagine someone is in the 3rd rak'ah, not sure, is it 4th or is it 2nd? So they're nervous. They heard in one lecture, there's something known as sujood sahu. Like there's a prostration I make to make up for my confusion. They heard. So they get nervous. So you say, you know what, I don't know, bro, is it 3 or 4? I'll play it safe, I'll count it as 3, I'll just add 1 more. So far so good, but then what do you do after the 4th? I see. Sajid ahsant. Like, I don't know, bro, may Allah forgive us. May Allah will forgive you if you try. Okay, what will he do? Let me share with you 5 things. Ready, inshallah? There's more than 5, I'll share with you 5. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, say sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he says, Ad-Dajjal comes, طبعا you see his army and the people, فَيَأْتِ عَلَىٰ قَوْمٍ فَيَدْعُوهُم. So he tells them, I am God. A group actually believes, like, bro, this guy, look at him. I will believe. Once they believe, you know what he says? Oh sky, make it rain. Oh earth, grow. So they become very rich. Wow, incredible. فَتُرُوح. And then their camels, they drink from the water, then they increase in their milk. It's phenomenal, it's amazing. He goes to another group of people. Would you believe in me? I'm God. أَنَا رَبُّكُمْ. They say, no, you're not God. No. So then he says, oh rain, do not make it rain upon them. And all the water stops and they have severe drought. Nothing will be left with them in the form of wealth. Fitnah, fitnah. So then his fitnah is so hard that all that wealth is gone from the people that reject him. Not just that, he passes by a city. This Dajjal, as he's passing by, bil-khariba. What's khariba? A wasteland, like a dead land. It's miserable, no structure, nothing. So he tells the land, akhriji kunuzik. Dajjal says, bring forth all your treasures. Earth opens up, gold, silver, treasures, vegetation. It's incredible. The fitna is so serious. You know to what extent? The Prophet ﷺ says, to the best generation ever, whoever hears Dajjal came out, do not try to see who he is, how he looks like. فَلْيَنْأَ عَنْهُ. Go far from him. Go away from him. Do not present yourself to him. Those I just want to see. No. Why? He says, فَوَاللَّهِ. The Prophet says, وَاللَّهِ إِنَّ الرَّجُلَ يَأْتِيهِ. A man comes to see. And he thinks that man, he's a Muslim. Like, I'm a strong believer, bro. I attended that halaqah on November 10th with Brother Majed. And I know, bro. I say, أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. So the Prophet says, وَهُوَ يَحْسَبْ أَنَّهُ مُؤْمِنٌ فَيَتَّبِعُهُ. Then he sees Dajjal. He's like, no, what? La ilaha illa you. Subhanallah. And that's the one who thinks he's a believer. May Allah protect us. So then the Prophet ﷺ, he says, what else will he do? He will come forth with fire and water. I don't understand. Imagine on one side of a Dajjal, he will have a lot of fire. On the other side, he will have a lot of water. It looks like paradise. It looks like gorgeous scenes. I don't know, like Maldives, whatever the case. Amazing. And this, an absolute disastrous flame fire. But the Prophet says, his fire is paradise. His paradise is fire. So then he says, if he's walking towards you, how intimidating that can be. And he's walking towards you, then jump. The Prophet says, khalas, you had to face him, then jump into the fire. Because it is water. It was be the Jannah. Then he says, Wallahi, look at this. If it was difficult, like you see the fire, like I know it's this, but it's ridiculous, it's crazy, I know the Prophet. He says, وَلْيُغْمِضْ عَيْنَيْهِ. If it's so hard, close your eyes. Did you ever go do an MRI? Right? Like you go to like a, because once you open your eyes, like, get me out of this MRI. May Allah protect you. May Allah never make you need MRI. Say Ameen. It's like a grave. May Allah protect us. Right? So he says, وَلْيُغْمِضْ. He said, close your eyes. ثُمَّ لِيُطَأْطِئْ رَأْسَهُ. Then do this. Then do this. Then go towards the water. فَيَشْرَبْ مِنْهُمْ فَإِنَّهُ مَاءٌ. Then go towards the fire. Then you can go and drink water from it. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So subhanAllah, the eyes, another thing we take from the Prophet, the eyes, watch what you see, it impacts your faith. If you're having a hard time, avoid looking at the haram because it's an arrow towards the heart. May Allah protect us. SubhanAllah. Then he says, he partners with the shaitan. What? This is one of the most terrifying trials, personally speaking. He says, from the fitna of Al-Dajjal, he goes to a Bedouin. He says to the Bedouin, if I resurrect your mom and dad. Now many of you have parents who passed away. My father passed away. May Allah rahman him and all those who passed away. Say Ameen. So this Bedouin, his mom and dad both died. And he's an adult. Yeah. So he tells him, if I resurrect your mom and dad, would you tashhad anni rabbuk? The guy says, yeah, of course. فَيَتَمَثَّ لَهُ شَيْطَانًا فِي صُورَةِ أُمِّهِ وَأَبِيهِ. He works with the devil to become the shape of his mom and dad. Not done, not done. Ready for the crazy part? Mom and dad are not just images. They come and speak to you and says, Ya bunay, habibi, sweet words. اتبعه فإنه ربك. The mom and dad that died, that you look at their pictures, you'll cry. Imagine seeing them alive again. They will tell you, Habibi, son, daughter, go, he's Rabbak. Remember we took you to school, to these halaqat? He's the one we've always been teaching you. You're lucky to live at a time to see Allah. Believe in Him. And that Bedouin faces that trial. That's why there's a sister just asked me here. She said about the sisters, can they be part of Al-Mahdi's army? Look at that ambition. Allahu Akbar. May Allah protect us. There's actually, okay, this is recorded, it's okay. There's actually a group of sisters tomorrow going for jihad. Legitimate jihad tomorrow from Dearborn. Brother, come on now. They are, okay? And we're proud to say that. Brother, let me explain. The Prophet ﷺ had a sister ask him, Ya Rasulullah, is there jihad for the women? Right? She wants to become mujahida, subhanAllah. So the Prophet said, yes, there is jihad ala al-nisa. But it's the type of jihad on women that there's no bloodshed in it. Jihadun bila qital. What's that jihad? Hajj and Umrah. So we have a group of sisters going for Umrah tomorrow, inshallah. Really, inshallah. So may Allah bless all those people. Well deserved, wallahi, well deserved. May Allah accept you as a mujahida. We go as mu'tamirin, Umrah boys, okay? But you are a straight up mujahida. Allahumma barik. May Allah make it easy for all our sisters, ya Rab. And may Allah allow all of you to perform Umrah in a way that is acceptable by Allah. Say Ameen. Ameen Rabbil Alameen. So then the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he explains. So what did the sister ask me? She said, well, if they will not be with the army, there's a hadith about a man tying up his female relatives, like mom, sisters. Like, what is that all about? The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, yes. He sees, a man sees a lot of people falling for the Dajjal, and he sees that his family members, specifically from his female relatives, are being very impacted. Wallah, it's mom. Wallah, it's mom. It's dad. It's this. Look what he's doing. From the emotional, from the rahmah. Some, not all of them. So the Prophet says this man gets so nervous that his mom, his wife, sister, daughter will go out to Ad-Dajjal. So what does he do? He actually ties him up in the house. So then the Prophet ﷺ says there's no qarya on earth, no village. So what does it mean? Even the cities he will come across. If a village he will go to, he will pass all cities except Mecca and Medina. So the Prophet ﷺ, he says, he comes one time towards the Medina and an angel with a sword. You want to come to Medina? You'll be crushed. So what happens? Look at this. The Prophet ﷺ, say sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he says, then Ad-Dajjal causes like an earthquake. When he does that earthquake, people from Medina leave. Some people from Medina leave. Who are these people? Who are these people? Munafiqeen. There were hypocrites that were hiding in Medina. They were using human shields. They want to stay in Medina, the munafiqeen. So he does the earthquake. فَيَخْرُجْ كُلَّ كَافِرْ وَمُنَافِقْ. May Allah protect us, Ya Rabbal Alameen. The Prophet ﷺ, he makes sure that we learn this dua. And if you want to take a picture, this is something that all of us should be aware of, inshallah. We're going to be done, inshallah, as I promised. We don't exceed that time, bi'idhnillah. 9:30 is our max, inshallah. This is the dua. The Prophet ﷺ said to say this dua at the end of every salah. O Allah, inni a'udhu bika min adhabi jahannam. I seek your refuge from the punishment of the hellfire. وَمِنْ عَذَابِ الْقَبْرِ. Number 2, and Allah, I ask you to protect me from the punishment of the grave. وَمِنْ فِتْنَةِ الْمَحْيَا وَالْمَمَاتِ. And from the trials of life and death, because death alone is a trial by itself. May Allah make us strong. Say Ameen. And lastly, Ya Allah, protect me from the trial of Al-Masih Ad-Dajjal. If he, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his faith alone is greater than all of us put together, yes? He said this at the end of every salah. He took it serious. And what about you and I? Make sense? So sallallahu alayhi wa sallam teaching us this dua and reading the last 10 verses of Al-Kahf. What? I thought it was the first 10. There's another authentic narration. You read the last 10 verses of Al-Kahf. So now you have, what's the first one? You read the first, and then you can read the last. How about we all memorize Al-Kahf? Inshallah, all right? Memorize Al-Kahf. May Allah make it easy for us, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Then being a true believer is what saves you from Ad-Dajjal. Not just information. Today you heard so much information, right? A lot of information that alhamdulillah is being recorded, right? But this information will not save you until you live by the information that you received. And here you will hear the last person Ad-Dajjal will attempt to harass. Ready? The last one is a young man. Where is he coming from? He's coming from Medina. So then the soldiers of Ad-Dajjal say, where are you going? I want to go to see this guy that came out. They said, what guy? We're going to kill you. So one of the soldiers says, did not our God, Dajjal, tell us not to kill someone unless we get like an approval? Like, let's get his approval first. Look at the obedience, subhanAllah. Right? So then they went to Ad-Dajjal. This guy, so and so. So then Ad-Dajjal goes to this man. Then when the believer sees him, the believer says, Ya ayyuhan nas, because there's a lot of people. Hada Dajjal. Wallahi, this is the Dajjal the Prophet told us about. So Dajjal gets angry. Like he can expose the Dajjal. So he gets so angry. Then he says, go and hit his head. So the Dajjal with an order for breaking his head. And as they're smacking him, they hit his back and stomach. So they knock him out, punch him so bad, torturing him. So Dajjal says, as the soldiers are torturing him, أَوَمَا تُؤْمِن بِي? Am I not your Lord? So he says, أَنْتَ الْمَسِيحُ الْكَذَّابِ. You're the liar Messiah. You're not Isa ibn Maryam Messiah. You're the liar. So then Ad-Dajjal tells his soldiers, if I kill this man and I resurrected, will your faith be shaken? Because Dajjal is seeing the strength of that young man is shaking the faith of who? The soldiers of Ad-Dajjal. So now Dajjal does not care about him anymore. He's focusing on his army. So and that's what they do till this day. They will try to strengthen other people through our own blood. May Allah forgive us. So he says, if I kill him, I resurrect him, will you doubt that I'm God? They said, La, if you do that, we will not doubt. فَيُؤْمَرْ, bring me the chainsaw. And then the chainsaw is put over this man, subhanallah, and he cuts him in half. Oh, so it was right? Oh, wait. He cuts him in half. Then he says, imagine two bodies. Even the Prophet says, رِجْلَيْهِ قَدَمْ. Then he says, قُمْ, get up. So the two halves come back. So then he tells him, أَتُؤْمِن بِي? Do you now believe? He says, Wallahi, what you did made me believe even more you're the Masih Ad-Dajjal. They want to kill us, they made us stronger. They want to shed blood, they made us fume even more. Subhanallah. So then he gets so angry, فَيَأْخُذَ الدَّجَّالِ. The Dajjal grabs him and now he wants to strike his neck and cut his head off. As he's getting the knife and he does this, Allah makes between the collarbone and this area, Allah puts copper, nuhas. So then the knife comes and it strikes the copper neck. And he does not cut his neck. And he goes crazy. I can't kill him. Then the man says, he will never do anything to anyone after this. So Dajjal comes and then he throws him away into what is known as the water. No, what's known as the fire, which is what? The Jannah. Then the Prophet says, هَذَا أَعْظَمُ النَّاسِ شَهَادَةً عِنْدَ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. This is the greatest martyr in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Once he throws him and he's excited and he's happy, the Mahdi is still working.